What's good, y'all? It's the Maker Manager here, checking in for another entry in my Getting Lean series, man. So for today, I'm bringing you guys just a quick ab workout. Okay, so we're gonna hit every part of your core pretty much. We're gonna hit the upper abs, we're gonna hit the lower abs, and we're also gonna hit those obliques, man. So I started it off with some cable crunches, and I was doing one of my favorite techniques ever, the 4-minute muscle. Okay, I've talked about it plenty times on my channel, but just a quick review: pick a weight that limits you between 15 to 19 reps on the first set. You go to failure, and before you start, actually, you set a timer for 4 minutes. Go to failure. You rest 20 seconds. Go again. Hit failure, rest 20 seconds, go again. You keep going until the 4 minutes are up, okay? And your goal is to get at least 40 the first time you do it, but the real goal is to get 60. When you can get 60 reps, that means that you are ready to move up in weight, okay? Within 2 to 3 weeks of doing a weight, you probably should be able to move up, and you'll definitely see a big difference in your strength. So right here, I was shocked, man. I have it almost the whole entire stack. There's only one piece of the stack that I'm not using, so it's about 95 pounds, almost 100 pounds, and I got 25 reps on that first set, man, and it killed me. And I'm gonna keep the whole entire clip in here. I'm not gonna speed it up because I want you guys to see, what it's like. And you can also, for the next move, or even with this, you can kind of follow along because it's exactly 4 minutes. Just start when I start. So the biggest thing with cable crunches is to make sure that your form is right, okay? You got to make sure that your lower body isn't moving too much. You got to make sure that you're fully lengthening your core, okay? This is one of the greatest exercises to really build your abs, get them nice and thick, get that core strong so that you can, support the weight that you're doing when you're deadlifting, when you're squatting, so you're not rounding your lower back, okay? Core strength is very important, and that's why I attack my abs as hard as I attack anything else, okay? I like to keep the reps high, but also keep the weight high. All right, so high weight, high reps. All right, remember that. So this is the perfect technique because you're using a very moderate amount of weight and you're doing a lot of reps and you're going to muscular failure. You're gonna trigger growth. You're gonna build endurance. You're gonna get a plethora of benefits from doing this technique, okay? And I promise you that you will develop your muscle when you're doing this. I like to do it for abs, traps, and calves primarily. I could do it for other ones just to burn out sometimes. I haven't done that in a while, but I like to keep it to these ones. So as you can see here, each subsequent set, you're just trying to get as many as you can. Just make sure you keep it count in your head and just have a timer. Like right there, I have a little timer on my phone and I look at it. Right when I finish the set, I do some quick math. I'm like, all right, 20 seconds and I'm back on it. And then actually, I got 60 reps this time. This is probably about the third time I've done this weight. So it was about time that I got 60 reps. I think I got about 52 last time. It was either 49 or 52. I would have to look at my phone. But you definitely see progress with this, okay? And every time that you can get more reps, you have gotten stronger. You have built muscular endurance, okay? You're going to start to see a difference, especially if you're someone that hasn't really trained your core much before. You're going to see a huge difference, if you try this technique out, because it's really going to help. It's really going to shock your ab muscles. It's a really high intensity technique. This will give you an ab pump like no other when you're doing this exercise for it. And you don't have to limit it to this exercise. I could do it with other things like weighted decline crunches. I like to keep the 4-minute muscles for weighted movements just because that's going to be easier to limit you to a certain rep range versus using your body weight where you're probably, going to be able to get, a ton of reps every single set, okay? So that's that one. And then we're gonna move right on to the next one. I got 60 right there, and man, I was tired. Alright, man, so the next move that I'm doing is a Tabata for my abs. I like to do a 4-minute muscle and then a Tabata for my abs. And then the other day that I train my abs, I usually do a superset, or I'll do Tabata and then 4-minute muscle just to mix it up a little bit. And I use different exercises. So this one right here, man, a couple of my favorite moves, the reverse crunches. Definitely this is to target the lower abs, which is a little bit harder to do with weight. I mean, you can do weighted knee raises, you can do Smith machine hip thrusters, stuff like that, to do a weighted lower ab movement. But I don't really see, too much need to do that. Maybe every once in a while just to mix it up, but using body weight is fine for lower abs, So like I said, reverse crunches, and then I'm also doing lying leg raises. So I'm just trying to keep my legs straight and raise them up and try to control on the way down. I do it a little bit slower as it goes on. And if you're not familiar with Tabata, it's 8 sets of 20 seconds each with 10 seconds in between each set. So your abs are going to be burning, or whatever muscle group you do this with, which you could do with any, it's going to be burning, and you need to use a lightweight if you do it with any other exercise. So I really like to do it for abs to burn out, and you can do it with any ab movement really. I just like to do it for lower abs. That's because, like I said, using weight with lower abs isn't always necessary, and it isn't always the most practical, okay? And the biggest thing here is just, control and getting that contraction at the top. When you're doing lower ab movements, the key is to make sure that you're bringing your legs past 90 degrees. When you don't bring your legs past 90 degrees, you're using a lot of your hip flexors, okay? And you're not really going to feel it too much in your abs, and you're losing some of the benefit of the exercise, okay? So make sure that you're bringing your knees past 90 degrees if you're doing, the reverse crunches. And if you're doing the leg raises, make sure you just bring your legs past 90 degrees. The best way to know that you are is to pretty much just bring your butt off of the seat. And you can do this on the floor, but I like to do it on a bench because you see how I'm getting my feet like almost all the way down. They're not touching the ground. But it helps me get that extra, stretch on my abs. I believe in full range of motion. I believe in you need to fully lengthen your abs to get the best contraction, And I forget the name of the law, but there's a law that says, you produce the most power when you go through pretty much the full range of motion. When you get a full stretch and then a full contraction, you're going to be able to produce the most power after getting that full stretch. And honestly, I just like it because it feels a lot better, and it really makes the exercise a lot more challenging, instead of cheating yourself and stopping short. Go through the full range of motion, hit as many muscle fibers as you possibly can, okay? And the biggest thing with Tabatas is to just you want to pace yourself a little bit, and you want to understand that when you do this, you're going to be hitting failure around the 4th or 5th set, okay? And that's fine. And the goal with Tabatas really, if you want to use, if you're using weight for it, like if you're doing something else, you really want to try to make it through all 8 sets without hitting failure, and then you would increase the weight. But for this, really the goal is to just burn out the abs, just get as many reps as you can. You want to try to get just as much as you can, as much of a burn as you could possibly get, and just focus on the contraction. So remember when I said I slowed down? That's what I'm talking about right here, just controlling it, especially because it got really hard and I'm hitting failure, man. So time for the next move to end this workout out. Okay, on to the last move. You need to be hitting your obliques, man. I work my abs twice a week. The first day I do side bends like this, and the other day I do a twisting motion, wood choppers with lightweight and for pretty decently high reps. So I'm using 90 pounds right here, and there's a lot of myths out there that say, if you do side bends, you're just gonna thicken your waist, or if you do it with heavy weight, you're gonna thicken your waist, blah blah blah. I mean, my thing is hypertrophy, and if you're doing side bends, as long as you're doing like a twisting motion as well as a component of your oblique training, you're gonna be perfectly fine, okay? And I'm doing 90 pounds right here, but 90 pounds is light to me, okay? I'm cranking out 14 reps on this first set. It's not like I'm doing like 6 to 8 reps and I'm failing every single time and stuff like that. No, I'm going to failure, but the reps are high. I think I got 14 reps on the first set and then 10 reps on the second set. I'm not sure what I got on the third set, but I believe that as long as you're using a weight that allows you to get 12 plus reps, you're going to be fine. You don't have to worry about thickening your waist. As long as you just don't overdevelop them and do this like 5-6 fucking times a week, okay? So right here, this is the third set. I just got the first and third set recorded for you guys. So what I'm going to do is, what I like to do for a drop set is not necessarily dropping the weight. You're just going to, you do drop the weight necessarily, and you are going to do body weight side bends, but you're just going to go from side to side, okay? And I like to do this to really burn my obliques out. I just try to get as many reps as I possibly can. So right there, my obliques are pumped. If I take a second, you saw me say fuck. If I take a second, I'll get my arms down. I think that's about 45 degrees. And then I just bend side to side and just try to focus on getting a full contraction on your obliques every time that you do that. and you'll get a pump from it. And when I hit failure with this, I like to do some little I don't know what to call them. Maybe we'll call them body twists. I like to do that, just a little bit of extra burn, just to hit another function of the obliques, man, getting that twisting rotation. All right. So that's gonna be the last thing I do. When you do that, just bend your knees a little bit, contract your core, and just twist and try to contract your obliques, man. You'll feel it. So that's a quick ab workout for you guys. I guarantee if you try it out, you will be sore and you will build your abs up, man. So I hope you liked the video, man. Don't forget to like the video, man. Don't forget to hit that share button. Subscribe to. And I'm going to holla at y'all, man. Make a manager out.